Grow it in your garden, harvest on the hills, or take it with your knife. Raising our children right. We are living the Greenway life.
Kia ora, I'm Stu. I'm here in the last days of winter. Spring's just around the corner and we're getting prepared. We're setting up our grow house for raising lambs and plants and calves, so we'll give you a quick tour around and have a look. I was asked by an Instagram friend to give a few tips on how to grow chilies from seed, so I'll show you a few tricks that we've picked up here. Come and have a look. Okay, the first thing I'll go over is how we dry and store our chilies from the previous year and how we keep our seed. I've got a fresh pod here that I've just picked from in the grow house, and I'm just going to get the knife and I'm just going to run it right up to the pith of the chili that way, and the same on that one, just to let the air circulate around, just up like that. That's good. And then you open it up and you can see the seeds and the pith in there. That's the hottest part of the chili. So now we put it on a egg carton or somewhere nice that it can dry. It takes about 2 weeks to dry, and put it in. Now the beauty is, once your chilies are dried and it comes time to plant, you can take out your dried chili, and what I like to use is a pair of tweezers, just because it's quite finicky, and just remove the seeds. We're going to plant some of these in just a sec. But what the beauty of this is when you finish removing the seeds, you put your dry pod into the mortar and pestle and you grind them up. I'll do some in a sec, and you've got a beautiful chili powder that you can add to any meal or flavour. Awesome way of storing chilies and keeping them, and you can add this to a sauce, even a common old tomato sauce, and it'll become a hot chili sauce. Beauty. So that's how we dry and store our chilies. Right, now to go on to the planting side of things. Okay, here's a tip for you. If you're planting seeds that are more than a year old, last year's ones, I planted some from 2012 just recently. One of the tricks is to get a tea bag and put it in a little bit of warm water in a bag. And tea bags and the tea is really good for germinating seeds. This applies to any seeds, not just chili seeds. So you'll just drop them in the bag for about 24 hours with the tea mix in, and it will increase your germination by about 50 or 60%. So there you go, your old tea bag, just like that, and then seal it up and just put it in a warm place and they'll germinate really good in there. That's one method, but because we're using fresh seeds, we'll start off. What I like to do is I just get a seed raising mix. The one I quite like is a warehouse product. I don't know if you can see that. Where are we? Down here. It's Kiwi Garden. It's not the most expensive of potting mixes, but it's really good. Put a good layer in your pot that you're going to use. Fill it up and just give it a wee bit of a water down, just to keep the moisture in low. Okay. Now we're going to get our tweezers and we're going to plant some seed. I'll plant some of these here. So just remove your seed. Another reason for using tweezers is this is the hottest part of the plant, and if you get this oil on your hands before too long, it'll be in your eyes and wherever. It can be quite painful, so a pair of tweezers is good. So just take them and just place your seed around with a good distance apart. Okay, we've got a few of them here, like so, and so on. I'll get some of these seeds, like that, and a couple of those there. Okay, the next step is to get a little bit more of your seed mix. Now it's very important not to cover your chilies too deep. No more than 2 times the depth of the seed. So you're only just putting a little bit on top. Okay, a big mistake is people bury them too deep and it takes too long to germinate and the seed can actually rot on the ground. So just a little bit of a sprinkling over top, like so. And then again with our spray bottle, give it a nice wee mist over top. Plenty of moisture into it. Stick your label in so you know what you've got. Put the label inside. Now, ideally a heat pad is the best scenario to put these on and start them, but not everyone's got propagating heat pads, so a method that we use that's quite effective is just your common fizzy bottle, cut, and just put over top. So you've got a little macro greenhouse there. You can see it's that on a sunny windowsill is equally as good as any propagating pad. Only thing I'd recommend is at night time, take it and stick it on the hot water cupboard just to get a bit of heat up from that. And you'll find in probably 10 to 14 days they'll start to poke through. Keep them well misted, keep the moisture up to them. Don't let them get too wet. Chilies don't like too wet. So that's the method I'd recommend. Just keep them and transplant them as soon as they come through. They'll harden off after a while, and a sunny windscreen, probably not in direct sunlight even, you could go part sunlight, would still be fine. But that's an ideal scenario for starting the seeds off. Okay, so that's the method I'd recommend. And over in the ricotta jungle, we've got some ricottas that are starting to ripen up. You can see them, they're looking good. They won't be far away from being ready. Okay, we've got our wasabi crop here. It's looking good. It's just started to get its spring growth on. Beautiful in salads. The tips and the leaves of this is very nice. Well, I hope that video will be helpful for you for getting your seedlings going, and best of luck with your growing this season. I think it's going to be a good season all round, but we'll see how it goes. So in celebration, we're going to have a shot of Australian sauce called Bunster's Fresh Shit the Bed. 16 out of 10 for heat. This is Australia's hottest sauce on the market, and it's very nice fruity sauce. So here's to a good growing season, everybody. And it's hot. See you in the next video.